Okay, here we go. Let's talk about some really super curly hair. This can seem really overwhelming at first, and this isn't the greatest picture because I don't really have a good outline around the outside of the hair. Um, but we would approach this pretty much the same way. I'm just going to make a nice oval blank for the face and right about where the eyes go. Um, what you're going to do is to take a look. We'll take a look at the hairline first. So up here around, and in the last video I talked about how to making this really super light because there'll be some overlap from the hair, and then we have some places here where there's some hair that goes up this way, and so it's kind of half and half. It's kind of half forehead skin and it's half hair, and then it kind of goes out from there. I want you to use the side of your pencil to get some of this. I just sharpened this and it's got a funny bump on the end. To get the lines in to show where the hair is going, and then we can see that it stays kind of fuzzy all the way down here. Okay, so right close to the head, it stays kind of fuzzy, and actually that's kind of straight there, and then it starts going down this way. Okay, now there's a couple ways we can do this. We have some very dark shadows here, and it's kind of like I talked last time, kind of ends up like a cave because the light can't get back into there. So we can make that the very darkest place, and then we could do this a couple ways. Well, I'll show you two ways what we can do this. So first, what I would do is kind of get an idea right here, right next to this face. We've got that much done. Now we would come out here and come up, and there's a whole big jumble. There's a whole lot going on. So we're just going to make some lines that they look like most of the lines are kind of curved out, and then go around. And some of them are kind of sharp, kind of pointy. You want to make sure you make those lines still kind of soft, though, even though they're pointy. And then we're going to come down. And so we can see it's a very uneven line out here. Now, even though this is really uneven, there's going to be some like see-through places here. So we might have some hair here, and look how it comes in and zooms back out again. So it comes in and zooms back out again. It comes down and back out again. Okay, and then we have this part here. It comes in and out again. Okay, and so you're gonna want to make sure you leave some open places, and it's just a matter of being really patient. And because the hair is like it is, you really can't go wrong. You're getting a lot of curls in there, and of course nobody's going to examine them close enough to say that they're absolutely perfect. But as you start playing with some of these hair patterns, you'll kind of see some patterns emerge. Like the hair will come down, and then it kind of curves back out again. Here it's kind of like a really open C shape. So and then that's starts at that angle, and it comes down here. So it's kind of a wide open C shape, and it kind of goes up that way. All right, and you would color in around that shape, and then looks like it comes back in again. So we have this wave coming down. Now the second way to do this is I'm just going to color this in. I'm going to leave this outside part real wispy and real thin lines because we don't want it just solid, because the nature of this kind of hair is that there's lots of negative space showing. But the other thing we can do is we can color it in, and then we can get some lines going this way. We see some lines going that way. And then this is interesting. We have like a backward C shape there. So we can get that in there. And that is part of this shape here. Now what we can do is we can take our eraser. Oops, I didn't do enough here for the sample. Is we can take our eraser, and I don't have my right eraser here. And we can erase in this shape and this shape. So we can erase these highlights back in again. And once they're erased, you can always go back in and touch them up, refine them. And then this kind of comes over. It's kind of like a ribbon. If you picture how a ribbon, when you draw a ribbon, it kind of looks like this, and it kind of turns back on itself. So that you've got the back side is showing here and the back side is showing here. This is kind of a ribbon here too. So we see a darker part of the ribbon here, and then a lighter part of the ribbon here, and then it overlaps and comes down. And if you just pick one or two places to kind of highlight, and even if not everything is perfect or tons of detail, that will give you the feeling for lots of for the very curly hair that we have here. Okay, and so we have a little bit of a dark here, and then it's out here. Okay, so we have a lot going on. You can go back then at the end, and I still wouldn't use lines like this. They're a little bit too harsh. And they'll draw. These have high contrast. These are high contrast lines, and so they'll draw a lot of attention, and you want everything to look really soft. So, just nice soft lines, and make sure you're recognizing where you're going to leave it kind of open, and it comes down and then comes out again. Okay, so that's kind of what you have to do. And the same on this side of her. You have like big shapes here. If I was doing this, I would start with some swoop, a curve, and then another curve, and then another curve, and another curve, and then you just kind of have to follow it back up like a map. So you just have to see where it goes. Some of this I would, you could eliminate. You don't have to put all these teeny details in. You could probably combine that into one clump, and it would still be fine. And then some dark places. Here's where I would go dark, 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 and then I would erase some light lines in there, so that it shows up. Okay, hope that helps you out. So good luck.